Always Euros. Yes.
Euro 24 intro for a City stream.
Yes. Euro 2024 season. Big up to everyone. Hope you're good. Is transfer window open today? I think it might be open today or tomorrow.
Today?
Ooh, maybe. It's transfer season.
Transfer season, baby!
And there's loads of rumours, and it's the first time that we've actually got to speak about rumours together for quite a while, isn't it? Like,
it's one of my favourite albums, to be fair.
what was it? Rumours.
Rumours, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Okay.
That joke for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got it.
I seen your face, you're like... So we have quite a few rumours to get through. You haven't already, do us a favour, hit the like button, subscribe channel if you are new. We've just released, just over an hour ago, we just released our Manchester City content creator footy, episode 1.
Great video.
Unreal video. There's 3 videos to come from it.
Which is always, it's always good. We've actually pre-filmed 3 episodes.
3 episodes already pre-filmed, so you can't even get us for not doing it. It's already done.
If you like it, you don't have to think, oh, will they actually end up making another one?
Are they actually going to do it or not?
We've filmed 3, so you can go watch the first one.
So yeah, after the stream, make sure you go watch that. Leave your comments below, let us know, and we'll try to get any of the City content creators on it for the next time we film. But we may as well just go straight into it.
It's transfer season. Let's talk transfers.
Let's talk transfers. No point talking about anything else. So
I actually, you know what? I'm so out of it at the moment because the past couple of weeks, pretty much since the season ended, I personally have been more focused on England.
So like cut off from... You have that...
Yeah,
you kind of cut yourself off from club football, don't you, just to focus on England? Like,
yeah, and to be honest, because City is so reliable at either getting transfers done really, really early or really, really late, I feel like when major tournaments come about, like City are actually generally pretty quiet.
Quiet anyway, yeah. So there's a big gap to actually fill with that tournament.
Yeah, like City either have transfers done a year in advance and they just have to sign the contract the day the transfer window opens, like with Erling Haaland.
Or it's panic mode at the end where we've missed
like
all
Jeremy Doku, where it's just like, oh, we need a winger.
Yeah, or Akanji was a last minute one as well, I think, in August.
Exactly. So normally we're quite quiet, like in, tournament time. So yeah, I have kind of turned my attention to England. So it'll be good to talk about City and actually think about some of the transfers that could possibly be happening.
Yeah. Yes, Ad. Yes, mate. I'll be good. Yes, Matthew French, Myron Flair, Mogis. Yes, Mogis.
Yes, Matthew French. Good to see you, mate.
Right. Start with...
Can I also... Sorry, I know I'm interrupting you talking about headlines. What do you think we need before we go into it?
I'd like...
ideally, just position.
Position-wise, I'd ideally like a midfielder.
A centre mid, like a CDM.
We need a CDM.
You can't just say midfielder anymore.
Yeah, we need a CDM. We need someone who's a bit versatile, to be honest, and it's hard to find someone who can play centre mid but also play CDM next to Rodri.
But then we also need someone that's more attacking and can maybe filter out on the wing because we're maybe looking at Bernardo replacements.
But this is why I think we need a centre mid and a right winger. I think Paqueta would have filled both gaps, the attacking and push him out right wing if needed. I think we're going to need both a right winger, a centre midfielder who can play both CDM and centre mid, and I think a full-back would be nice. And I say it'd be nice because we never get full-backs.
I don't know how Pep Guardiola could look at Kyle Walker's season last season and say we don't need a right-back. Even if he's thinking a backup for Kyle Walker.
Yeah, even if he's looking at it going, oh yeah, well we've got John Stones, Akanji can play there, Rico Lewis can play there, Kyle Walker can play there, but it's all players out of position that are playing there. Get someone who can actually play that position.
An actual right back would be nice.
But, I mean, how long we've been saying that for left backs? Get an actual left back. It's a myth. That
I wouldn't be surprised if Ederson goes. We end up with like a centre back in net.
Yeah.
So you're thinking a right back, or I'm assuming a right back.
Yeah, right back,
sort of like a CDM / centre mid.
Yeah,
and then an out and out winger.
An out and out winger. Yeah. Right
okay.
Winger.
Nice. Right. Let's see what we've got in store. What we're saying.
These are today's rumours. A mix of sources and just actual rumours in here. So, firstly, we'll start with right wing position. Yeah. The big headline one that a lot of people kind of like. Michael Olise from Crystal Palace. Man City currently retain a strong interest in Olise. So do United, so do Newcastle. Chelsea, though, have already made their move and they've asked to speak to the winger's representatives with hopes of agreeing in personal terms rapid. He currently has a £60 million release clause in his contract, but the rumour is that it's only to Champions League qualified clubs. So that's why City are thinking we can pounce on that.
Unlucky Chelsea. If I'm Michael Olise, which I'm not entertaining Newcastle because
I wouldn't entertain Newcastle. There's no Champions League football. You don't really know.
Because I think like they're not at the point yet of guaranteed Champions League football year in, year out. I also just, in a weird way, like, don't get me wrong, I know it is a step up probably from Crystal Palace, but is it like that much of a step up? I feel like at this point Michael Olise has earned like a big move, and you're pretty much going from a team that finished 10th this season to a team that finished 8th.
Yeah.
Like, is that...
For me, if I was Michael Olise moving from Palace, with knowing how good he is, I'd want a step up to a regular Champions League team.
Yeah.
I think he's good enough for that.
And I was going to say I wouldn't entertain Chelsea, because of just how rocky they are.
Chaos.
Like, absolute chaos.
Yeah.
But, and this is one thing that we've had burn us in the past, Londoners love London, don't they?
Yeah.
Londoners love London.
They love that area.
It's the exact same. It's what happened with Declan Rice, isn't it? He didn't want to leave London. So my thought process was I wouldn't go near Chelsea, but then is Michael Olise potentially thinking, keeps me in London.
Keeps me around here, stay with his mates.
There's no denying it's a step up from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
You know, probably double the amount of money. I'll probably be one of the star players straight away. Potentially Champions League football in like a couple of years. Yeah, so maybe that is appealing for him.
I think he'd like that option. But then, also, if I'm Elise, I'm looking at the City situation. I'm looking like that we've not replaced Mahrez. Bernardo Silva could be out the door. There is rumours about Bernardo Silva in this stream that we'll do today, but I think there is a spot. I feel like Olise could be the next Mahrez kind of player. I think he could fill that void.
Do you think that players now looking at City, is it getting to the point whereby you're starting to like question the whole like Pep's probably going to leave like in a year kind of thing, and being like, well, how secure is City really? Because great, I'll have a year with Pep, but then if he leaves, is KDB leaving? Is Haaland leaving? Like, is everyone jumping ship apart from Phil Foden? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you reckon there's that uncertainty for players maybe potentially coming in, or do you reckon they just think it's City?
No, there will be an element of it's City and we win things a lot, but also I do think there is the Pep element.
Yeah,
it's undoubtedly that Pep does attract players into his football club.
Yeah,
he's very, very good,
players.
and you can't take that away from him because it's something that we will miss when he goes, and it's something that now they will be thinking.
I
They'll be
also
thinking he's got a year
wonder
left.
how much of a part like Pep Guardiola's future plays in these transfers in terms of like details that have to be digressed to the players. I genuinely, we might find this out in like 15 years time in a book, I really, really think that Erling Haaland, when he signed for City, was pretty much given assurances that Pep was going to extend.
I agree
even
with
though it was a year before it was even announced
that was the rumours as well.
Yeah, I 100% think that, Cal Alduma Barrack or whatever was like, listen, can't say a word, but he's 100% extending, so don't worry about coming to us.
Don't worry about that.
Whereas now, if players like Olise are asking those questions and aren't getting those answers, would you be a bit like, oh, well, that's not sounding good, is it?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Pep is currently with Khaldoon and Sheikh and everyone, isn't he?
Maybe they're discussing the nice little 5-year contract extension on it.
I mean, there have been rumours about that, whether or not they'll speak about an extension or not, and I think they will. They'll definitely have that conversation.
Yeah,
it'd be stupid to not think that. They've got to speak about Pep's future.
I think the thing is with Pep, this is off rail from Olise now, which we will get back onto, but the club will always want him to extend, but I think will ultimately respect him when he decides to leave. Like, I think if Pep said, I want to leave, no one's going to like at all try force him or try reconvince him or whatever. I think they'll just be very respectful, say, yep, of course, no worries whatsoever, and that'll be sound,
Yeah. I've just seen that people saying the chat's bugging out. I'm not really sure because we can see messages. Yes, it's Adam. Yes, it's Martin. Hope you're good, mate. Jake Kajira says, why can't I chat? And Devious Ducky saying me too. I'm not sure, mate. Let me just check in a second. Happy Boss of the City is still interested in Kimmich. It's kind of died off, but I seen yesterday that apparently we are still interested in the idea of signing Kimmich.
Mate, Kimmich makes so much sense for City.
Give me 2 secs.
Go on, you go check. I think Kimmich makes so much sense for City. Like, I don't know why we're not pushing harder on that in terms of like our concrete interest. He covers so many holes. He covers a hole at right back. He covers a hole at CDM. Obviously, like, he literally is a born and bred Pep Guardiola player. Like, he was literally brought into football by Pep Guardiola. Well, not into football, but, you know what I mean, into first team football at Bayern Munich by Pep Guardiola. Like, it makes so much sense for us to be bringing in Joshua Kimmich, especially with the fact that, like, he's not extending his contract yet. There's also, I know there's not been talk of him coming to City, like, that's died down a bit. But there's also been no talk about him extending at Bayern.
At Bayern, yeah.
So
they can't let him just leave. And they won't want to let him just leave.
That's what I mean, is like, I kind of feel like if there was rumours of him extending, then it would make sense why our interest has died out.
Yeah. But then it's just a weird one, the Kimmich one. I'd love it, though. I'd love it.
I just think it would be such a smart signing.
Yeah.
Like, just a really, really smart signing.
He can fill gaps in different places where needed.
World-class player on his day. Has been a world-class player in the past, like, you know, I know he's had injuries and stuff. Covers so many holes. Like, he could play in the 8 position if he needed to. Mm-hmm. He could play in the 6 for Rodri. Can play, you know, as a 2 covering Kyle Walker. Probably do a job at centre-back if we really need it. Like, he's so versatile. And for a player that has got a year left on his contract, you'd probably pick him up for like 20 mil, 25 mil.
Yeah.
It's
so cheap.
Why are we not at least asking the question?
You'd be asking, wouldn't you?
Because at this point, I feel like there's not actually been any solid sources, like you, David Orstein's, Fabrizio Ramirez, whatever, talking about us actually making approaches to him, to have chats with either him or the club or anything.
Just to get some kind of idea of where he stands, or like, even to just find out if he wants to move. He might just be happy there and go, you know what, I'm just going to chill.
Yeah. Metallitin saying, I think Pep could revive his mojo a bit, and I 100% agree with that as well.
I agree.
Because the thing is I know we always speak about, you know, players taking a bit of time to get used to the Pep system. Mm-hmm. We've never at City seen a player come who's previously played the
been in a Pep system.
Yeah, we've never seen that before. We've never seen a previous Pep player like come to City that he's already managed. So I genuinely think that like he could just hit the ground running so quickly. Oh man, I'm getting excited just speaking about him, and it's annoying because it's annoying because the oil is so not bubbling at the moment.
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing. There's sat in the pan. Nothing.
On Olise though, what are your thoughts like on him as a player? Like,
I think he's really good.
Do you rate him?
I 100% rate him. I think he'd start quite a lot for us as well. I think he'd go straight in on that right hand side. I think he'd do bits. Like I said, for me, he's Mahrez too.
I've said this on a few streams. One of my best mates is a Crystal Palace fan.
Oh yeah.
So bar Man City, Crystal Palace is like the club that I can tell you the most about in Premier League football, because whenever we go to the chat, I just shout at him about Man City for 20 minutes, and he shouts at me about Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he rates Michael Olise so highly. He says that he's much better than Eze, which is high praise, because Eze is very good.
Yeah.
But he says that like he is a Riyad Mahrez regen. That's what he said to me.
Yeah, well, I've seen that comparison loads.
He also said to me once that he's better than Riyad Mahrez, but that was after a few pints, and I told him that he was an idiot. And he
Absolutely not.
Telling off for that. We were talking about him and Riyad Mahrez. He was like, he might already be better than Riyad Mahrez. I was like, time for you to go home, mate. Yeah. Time for you to
get him a water.
That is enough. Remember who you are, yeah?
Andy says I think he's on about Kimmich there, saying about it'd be a statement signing the cheap as well and go straight into the team and strengthen it, which is very true. I think he'd do bits in the City side.
Oh, we've got a Crystal Palace fan in the chat. Totally agree with you there, 100%. Is he agreeing with me or is he agreeing with?
Oh, I think he's agreeing with ingenuity.
Oh,
Alice's class. Paul Roy got.
He's hosed. Not overrated. Yeah, Paul Roy got hosed when he didn't have his best players. Not coincidence when Olise got back.
So
that was another thing that my mate Tom just put a name to the face, a name to the
mysterious man,
the embodiment. So Tom has said to me that Roy Hodgson was like absolutely dusted without his best 11 players, which meant that he kept forcing back Olise from injuries when he wasn't like 100% yet, which just kept re-upping the injury. Kept pushing him, kept bringing him on for like 30 minutes against like, you know, big teams in big games, and just re-upping the injury. And obviously Glasner hasn't done that. He's given him the rest he needed. He's then come back fully fit, and mate, the run of games that Crystal Palace had that last 8 games of the season, they just didn't lose a game.
Yeah, look,
I know it was the final day of the season, but to beat Aston Villa 5-0,
still massive. That
is huge. A team
still
that's just
huge.
qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah, and I get that
absolutely
you'd say,
huge.
they're on the beach and that, but they still don't want to get beat 5-0.
Not 5. Like, a 2-1, even like a 3-0.
Yeah.
Fine, but like a 5-0.
5-0 is like, ooh.
And from the looks of it, I remember we were following it on the final day. Obviously, they got like torn apart, really torn apart.
Like I say, Olise for me, I'd go for it. £60 million as well with its release clause.
Release clause FC, baby.
Cheeky loves a release clause. So
He does, why not?
So why not? It skips all the bullshit that you got to go through. So I think that's an option for us there. I know that we're getting Savio in. I think Balotelli, you said it there. Savio is going to come in City. We'll see him in pre-season.
I don't know if Savio's like ready yet.
But that's what, we
don't know if
yet.
he's like the product, is he?
And I don't think City are going to take that risk into the season and just go, you know what, we're going to gamble on you being ready and throw you in.
And I feel like we've seen it with Doku, who's like, when he came in, was a very raw talent and still is raw. Like, obviously he's adapted to City a lot as the season's gone on. But like, you bring a player from a different league, a young player, an exciting player nevertheless, but taking those kind of tricky wingers, which realistically, bar Mahrez, Pep has done without for the majority of his sort of managerial career, it does take a lot of an adjustment period. I'd say even more so than like usual players that come in, because like they've got to get that balance of tricky winger, new league, Pep Guardiola system. So I think signing, as we did with Mahrez in 2018, a player that has proven Premier League experience is a really smart idea.
I like it. I
need to cough.
Now, obviously, it is the source is David Ornstein saying that City are still interested. Yes, Luke, mate. Appreciate that, mate. Martin, Mankino Way Martin, his chats aren't appearing, so he has just messaged me.
Oh, okay.
And he just said, Bernardo is now staying, it seems, so Savio may stay, so no room for Olise. That's what Martin's saying. So there'd be no room if Savio stays. Obviously, Savio does bits in pre-season as well.
Yeah,
Bernardo does stay.
This is completely different to the transfer talk. Can I just say, I'm getting sick of this will they, won't they, with Bernardo every season.
I think everyone's sick of it.
It bores me now.
To the point now
I'm getting a bit bored of him.
To the point where I'm now more of go.
Like, yeah. I'm getting a bit annoyed at him.
I think, I don't mean this in the way that it's going to come out of, but he's holding City back, not in terms of football, in terms of what they're planning for future.
Yeah.
Because he's the first domino to fall when we're going to sign another winger.
Exactly.
You've got to wait for Bernardo to make a decision on what he wants to do to then go, right, we need to replace Bernardo. But City aren't going to replace Bernardo if Bernardo's staying.
Yeah.
But Bernardo's not telling if he's staying or if he's happy or not.
Yeah.
So then we're stuck in this limbo of Bernardo every season goes, I want to leave. Every January says he wants to leave.
Yeah.
No one comes in for him.
Then we all get emotional because we think, is it Bernardo's final game at the Etihad? I don't know.
Is he waving? Is that cut?
Shirt every single year. It's like, look, you're leaving the house. Are you taking a coat or not? Stop dicking about. Like, make a decision. It's annoying me.
Yeah, and now Martin just messaged me again because he can't time in chat. But this is the issue again with Bernardo now is that obviously we've put that release clause into his contract of £50 million. Yeah. No one's got the money to pay for it. Yeah. So no one can back him.
The thing is as well, is that £50 million release clause was literally signed, sealed, delivered in an envelope with a ribbon wrapped around it to Barcelona.
To say, here's the price. Here he is.
Because, call a spade, that is what Bernardo Silva has clearly wants.
He's wanted that for ages.
He clearly wants
He came out and said his plan was, at 28, go to Barcelona, spend a few years there, then go back to Benfica and have an early career fall off.
Yeah.
That was his plan.
He said that. He's always said that he wanted to move closer to family. He says that he hates the Manchester weather, etc., etc. He wanted Barcelona. Realistically, he was only ever going to go to 2 clubs in Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona. He's not really a Real Madrid type player, as weird as that sounds. Mm-hmm. Real Madrid don't sign older players unless they're free. Do you know what I mean? They only sign 20-year-olds, don't they? Real Madrid. But yeah, it's really annoying me. I know he only signed a contract, but that was the thing. He signed a contract extension last season, which everyone, literally everyone, Pep, us, him, Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, Samuel Lee, anyone thought that when he signed that contract extension, that was a Great. He signed the contract extension to see him out for a final year.
Yeah.
That has the release clause, that can then make it nice and easy for Barcelona to pay up a respectable sum of money. And there you go.
It's an open goal for someone to tap it in.
Goodbye. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Now, 2 seasons later, he's still here. There's only actually now a year or 2 left on that contract. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's probably like 2 years left now.
And I'm still wondering, does he want to be here or not? Honestly, I'd rather he
I still don't know. Yeah.
I'd rather he do it like as Jurgen Klopp, Alex Ferguson, and just like
announce
in December and be like, I'm leaving at the end of the season.
Because
I can't deal with Bernardo teasing me anymore.
It is a madness.
Anyway, actual rumours.
Onto the Bernardo rumour. This is coming from Tommy, so this is a full rumour.
Okay.
He says that Bernardo Silva's told colleagues he does not expect to leave City this summer, and there is currently no club negotiating for him. There's a concrete offer from Saudi, but he turned it down.
Yeah, obviously.
Because he doesn't want to go Saudi.
He's too good for that, isn't he?
So, basically, no clubs are negotiating. Jerome there says about PSG, only PSG can buy him now. I think 2 weeks ago, PSG came out and said, we're not in for Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
But Barcelona, I think 4 weeks ago, came out and was like, we will not pay £50 million for Bernardo Silva, so we're out straight away. So he's left now. The only 2 clubs that I could have seen him go to were PSG and Barcelona.
Yeah.
They're not in it. So now no clubs are negotiating, so he's going to be a City player next season.
But that's what I mean.
And he stops us getting Olise.
And don't get me wrong, I know these aren't words out of Bernardo Silva's mouth, but even the way that is phrased, like, he's expected to stay.
Yeah.
Well, like, honestly, and I mean this in the same way that, like, we used to, you know, like, when we've shoehorned out other players, either want to be at the club or don't. And if it's, oh, well, I guess I'm staying. Fuck off. Like, I love Bernardo Silva.
I love him to bits.
I love him with all my heart, but like you said, he's so good and he's so amazing when he plays football. It's sometimes emotional to watch, but he's so good that, like, City won't dare replace him before they know that he's leaving. But he's then holding us up from actually making moves for the future.
The future moves, because we know he's too good to just sit on the bench. We know we need to utilise him when he's in the team.
Let's go through a hypothetical here. Say this summer Bernardo Silva does stay, Savio comes in and he stays, and then City go, right, well, we're not going to go for Olise because Bernardo's staying. Olise then goes and signs for Chelsea. He becomes another Cole Palmer, has a 25 goal a season, goals and assists, whatever, becomes one of the best players in the league, wins PFA Young Player of the Year, or gets into the France squad and becomes this elite world-class player. And Bernardo Silva then leaves a year later.
Goes to Barcelona.
And
we've missed out on our
And
time.
we're all sat there going, well, we missed out on a £60 million Olise because you just were dicking about.
Yeah. That's it. Well, like I say, there is the mix of dicking about, and there's also the mix of clubs just won't pay the money for him. I think
if Barca gave him the 50 million, he'd be off. But in a way, that's my whole frustration around this.
Yeah, because he clearly he doesn't want to be here, but he'll give his 100% whilst he's here.
Yeah.
He's stuck in that, like...
Which is also, I think it's a bit of an oxymoron for Pep, because I don't think there's many players that Pep would allow to do that.
No, I don't. I think Pep rates him that highly.
So highly.
That
because he is so versatile.
And I think because he puts it all onto the pitch, with that, obviously with everything going on, I think he allows it a little bit. If he ever kicked up a fuss or started underperforming, I think Pep would just...
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Him off, but he never does.
He's a brilliant servant whilst he's here.
He's a very good servant to the contract that he's got.
Yeah, and I bet he's the type of bloke, because he does seem this way, that like the second that he steps into the training ground, he'd never even mention a word about wanting to leave the club. Do you know what I mean? He'd 100% head on.
It's just these interviews during usually international breaks that you see in like January or wherever it is, in March international break. You see him getting interviews saying, "What about your future?" And he goes, "Oh, well, I don't really want to be at Man City and all this." And you're just like, "Oh, it's long."
What else we got then?
Anyway, away from Bernardo Silva. This is another one that I don't think the chat are going to like this one. So it's another winger. We're still on winger talk. Kind of winger, kind of midfielder. Okay. Danny Olmo. We're back on Danny Olmo.
I'd seen rumours in the past couple of days that we've asked for permission to speak to him.
Yeah, so we've asked for permission to speak, and now we're making initial inquiries into signing him.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I still hate this.
Yeah,
Danny Olmo obviously ain't it?
RGS, no.
I've got his.
Oh no!
Oh no, yeah.
Oh no.
When Ferran's with the shirt with him. Oh no. I've got actually.
No thanks. I don't like it because I just like I don't see the image here. Like I don't think it's a very City signing. I don't think he guarantees goals. You know, he's never been sat at the top of like Bundesliga's goal scoring lists or whatever. He's not young, which I find odd.
Yeah.
Like in a weird way, if you're going to sign like how old's he?
Should I check how old he is now? Danny Olmo.
Hey Siri, how old's Danny Olmo? This is proper content. This
26.
He ignored me, right? If you're going to sign a 26-year-old, I want them to be like at the top of their game. Do you know what I mean? Like I want them to be a superstar, or I want them to be like someone that everyone in the league's coming after. A Jack Grealish, you know what I mean? A Riyad Mahrez, like a player where it's like everyone wants that guy. No other top clubs in Europe are touching Danny Olmo, are
Look
they?
at the chat as well. It's
Danny No, yeah.
Bang average, Danny No, yeah. Olmo's not good enough, says Andrew. Yeah. I'd rather Danny Welbeck.
Elmo, no. Olmo loves a treatment table.
Well,
no, thanks.
Olmo loves a treatment table. I've got his injuries here.
Go on.
So, 23-24 season, he was out for 33 days. Only missed 2 games then, though. He's out for 33 days. 23-24 season again, out for 53 days, missed 16 games.
Right.
23-24 season again. Obviously, this is all last year. Knee injury, missed 11 games. So, in total last year, he missed 29 games.
Nope, I'm off. I'm done.
Then the season before, he missed 20 games.
What nationality is he? Is he
Spanish.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's the least looking Spanish man I've
He
seen
is.
since Sergio. Him and Sergio Gomez would have a great time.
Yeah.
Just chatting about how un-Spanish they look.
How not Spanish they are. So, honestly, just over the past 2 years, it's actually wild, the fact that his injuries are just through the roof. So, for me, it's not it. Right. £60 million release clause, apparently. But I'd rather spend that £60 million release clause on Olise.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't process that the first time he said it. He's got a £60 million release clause.
Yeah, he has.
Who in the fucking hell is paying a £60 million release clause for Danny Olmo? What? How much is Aaron Lennon going for nowadays? 75 mil? Do you know what I mean? What are we doing? We're getting Charlie Adam on for 100. Danny Olmo, 60. That is the most ambitious release clause I think I've ever heard. That's like, you know when Barcelona started putting like £1 billion release clauses on people? That's the equivalent for Danny Olmo.
Oh, that is...
£60 million.
That's quality.
I didn't even know he had a release clause, you know, and I was just going to say, if you could... honest to God, was going to say, if you can get him for like 15 mil like, in a kanji bit of business. Yeah. I was going to be like, he's in a kanji bit of business where he knows that he's coming in to be like 4th choice winger and he'll only play in Carabao Cup games and he's okay with that. For 15 mil, fine.
60 mil.
I am aghast. I am in shock. 60 mil. Flipping heckin' Jesus.
60 mil.
That is mad.
Yes, Rio, mate. I don't think Nunes should leave. He has a lot of potential. He needs time. Let's hope Pep feels the same. Yes, Rio, mate, with the super chat. Big up, mate.
Well, if he does leave from the transfer market, we can get at least 250 mil for him. If Danny Olmo's going to 60, I can. When you said that, I thought you were talking about Olise because it didn't process for me.
Yeah, I think it processed when I said I'd rather spend it on Olise. You went, hang on.
Just tell me, because I just want to make sure that I'm not going insane here. What's Bernardo Silva's release clause meant to be?
50 mil. Right,
and then tell me what you said Danny Olmo's release clause is.
60 mil.
No, surely not.
Is it more for us if we pay it? Do you know what I mean? We're in talks.
If we pay 60 mil for Danny Olmo, 116 charges, honestly, that is shocking.
If we pay the 60 mil, I'll get Danny Olmo on the back of my shirt and wear it all season the wrong way around.
Terrible. Right, move on, because I'm done with Danny Olmo. I don't need it.
So on Rio, yes, Steve, mate. It'll be good, mate.
Yes, Steve. Hope you're doing well.
Rio, speaking about Nunes, where is it? So, Al Nasser from Saudi apparently are prepared to give City back their money, so the 45 mil, whatever it is we spent on Nunes, for Nunes this summer. They're basically willing to go, here you go, we'll give you the exact same money, and that's where Ronaldo is as well.
He's too good for that.
He's definitely too good for it. I think
too good for that.
For me, he's shown glimpses of being a good player at City. He's just not had the game time.
I don't think he's had. I think that Nunes is so harshly judged. Do you remember? There was a game. I can't remember what it was. But there was a game somewhere away a few days before the United derby, and he played out on the left wing, and we both said he was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
And then in the preview, we kept speaking about how we both thought that Nunes should start. Against United, because he was really good.
Really good, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I know having one moment from an entire season isn't fantastic, but you've got to be fair to the guy. Pepper's given him nothing.
No.
When he has needed deputy for our main starting crop of midfielders, Foden, KDB, Bernardo, Rodri, it's always been Kovacic.
Yeah, Kovacic is always the one that steps in.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Nunes because of that, because I think you can't go from someone that Pep was calling one of the best centre midfielders in the world 2 seasons ago, being pretty much the main man at Wolves.
We've scouted him for years.
Also being in Champions League knockouts when he's 19 at Sporting Lisbon, was it? I think that City fans have been burned, rightly so, by the whole Calvin Phillips experience. And now, if any player doesn't perform immediately
from the off,
we go, oh shit, it's another Calvin Phillips. We
freak out a little bit.
I don't think that's the case. I think Nunes is a really, really good, solid player.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think he deserves another year.
Yeah.
I always give players 2 years anyway, but I think he deserves another year. Yes, Rusted O'Neill, mate, to the 43 months, Golden Goats. Yes, mate. We need someone like Alex Baena, or Baena, for our mid.
Bay. Alex Baena.
He'll add goals and assists. Top player. I've never heard of him. Never heard of him,
Glad
mate.
we're on the same page. Never heard of him. Heard of him.
I love it if I could just say, oh yeah, he's sick, him.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what?
But you got to be honest.
Yeah, you have to be honest. I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you that I know who he is. I don't know who he is, but someone to check out.
No, I think we keep Nunes.
I think we keep Nunes for another year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I also... Sorry.
No, I was just going to say yes, Rusty O'Neill for the 43 months, mate. Big.
Appreciate it, mate. Can I also just say, though, on that, if we do bring in another centre midfielder, and because of the fact that Bernardo's now staying, if we do bring in a Bruno Guimaraes, or we bring in a Joshua Kimmich or someone else, that will then limit Nunes even more. So it actually becomes less of a decision of, do we want to keep Kimmich, or Nunes, or does Nunes want to stay?
Because he might be looking at going, my game time's already limited. Yeah. Never mind with... Say we go get Bruno and an Olise. Obviously, Olise won't, but he'll play on the right anyway. But say we go get a Bruno anyway.
Yeah.
Just that one sign of Bruno.
Will Nunes then be like, I need out of it?
Because then he's looking, in the pecking order then, he's already got Kovacic above him.
To be honest,
then he's got Bruno above him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he asked for a loan if we get in another midfielder such as a Bruno. Because I don't know the guy personally, but I don't think he'll want to go to Saudi. But I also don't think that City will want to sell him for cheap and not recoup their money. So I think that they'll do a Calvin Phillips, loan him out to another Premier League team, maybe back to Wolves or to a Crystal Palace or someone like that. Try hike up the price a bit. And because he's not Calvin Phillips, I actually have faith in the fact that he'd be able to put together a solid season for a more mid-table team and then something. Get us back like 40 mil, 45 mil.
Yeah, but then City can skip that as well by just Saudi going... We'll
I know, but I don't think he'd want to.
I don't think he'll do that.
And I also
unless
don't
Ronaldo convinced him. Obviously, Portuguese done his.
Oh, fucking hate Ronaldo. I don't think that City would ever force a player to do something that they don't want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
In terms like lots of other clubs will go, they offered you this amount, you go in there,
going there, mate.
Yeah, whereas I think City
City say, what do you want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Sit him down and say, you've got this offer on the table. Prime example, Zinchenko. City wanted to sell him to Wolves. We had 20 million on the table, which would be very good business for City. They sat Zinchenko down. What do you want to do? And Zinchenko said, I want to stay and fight for that spot. And City went, yeah, okay, we respect that. You're staying.
Jeff W saying, just bring Peroni back. Peroni's already pretty much said in a
yeah, he's confirmed to go on loan again now.
That he wants another season in the league. He says he wants to continue his development, and that he said that City have agreed that that's the best thing for me.
But they've said that City have already agreed that's the last one as well. They're saying that's the last loan
he said one loan in La Liga, and then you'll come and be a part of the squad next season.
Yeah,
well, not next season, 25, 26. God, that's depressing to say.
It's crazy. Buddy, by the way, stick stream not tonight, mate. We'll do a stick stream in the future, though. We have got it all set. We've got the stickers. We're ready for it.
It was more the camera angles.
Yeah, we need to figure out.
I forgot to bring a camera.
We need to figure out cameras and that, but we will complete that Euro sticker book, 100%. Yeah. Speaking of Calvin Phillips, so Fulham apparently about to offer Calvin Phillips an opportunity next season.
Doing what? Washing the windows? I love that you said that. We're going to offer him an opportunity. Not like they're going to offer him football. Offer him an opportunity.
It's like a kid on work experience.
Yeah. Listen, we need a taster for the new bar menu. Get in there, lad. We hear you like a bit of scran.
Yeah. So apparently Fulham, it could be a lifeline for Calvin Phillips.
That just sounds so non-specific.
Opportunity.
We've got an opportunity for you.
And he's thinking football.
Yeah.
He signs and he's like, get in there, lad.
No, lad.
Wash the boots.
You know that pool that we're putting in the new stand? We need someone to do the tiling. I mean, I'd be happy to see the back of Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, I think we all would be.
Is there any more rumours in terms of like in business?
Not really. What did I see? Yes. No.
What? Here's a question. What's the latest on Bruno Guimaraes?
Bruno, the latest that I seen from Bruno there was rumours last night from Newcastle fans. Now I've been
that he's staying.
Yeah, but no. That there's rumours last night from Newcastle fans to say that the release clause had been activated because he's got a release clause until the last day of this month.
Yeah.
But that also is fed with a lot of bullshit. So you can't trust it in the slightest. That's why last night I was like not going big on it. Well,
this is the thing is like in this day and age when transfers are reported 9 years in advance, I've heard so little from the City side in terms of like solid reports about us actually pushing ahead with that. Mm-hmm. And because of how, as I said at the start of the stream, how either quick City conduct their business in terms of like they've had it all sorted years in advance, we know what we're doing, blah, 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 or how late they leave things, I'm a bit worried about there being a release clause that deactivates at the end of this month in the fact that I don't know if City will necessarily be able to pull themselves together enough to get the deal over the line quickly.
Well, John Baza said Fab in his last stream, he did say, for Fabrizio Romano did say in his last stream that no one has triggered it and aren't looking to at this moment in time. And City do tick that box as well because apparently City think that they, because the £100 million is the release clause, they think they can get it a little bit cheaper than that or pay it in instalments. So it might be a potential of, yes, we'll still give Newcastle the £100 million, but we'll pay it off a lot slower, like over the course of like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, what is 100 mil?
100 mil, the release clause is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money for Bruno Guimaraes.
Who's it, what, 60, 70 mil player, 70 mil player, like something like that. It's...
Here's a question, which is less to do with rumours and more to do with opinion. Like, who are alternatives? Because obviously Paqueta's now off the table.
So Paqueta's off the table. They've got obviously Kimmich. It'd be one in there, but it doesn't really give you the.
Well, I don't think that gives you like the longevity, really, does it?
Yeah. So then apparently it's, I can't remember his name. João Neves from Benfica, but he's like 100 million. They want 100 mil for him. And he's only like 19 or 20.
What are European clubs on at the moment?
The market is just... It's fell apart. It's absolutely just abolished, this market. It's done.
Oh, that's a mad one. I would love... This is more just opinion again now rather than like actual rumours. But I really would like to see us get Adam Wharton.
Adam Wharton, yeah. I'm really excited to see if he actually plays a part in this Euros.
Oh, he won't play a part in the Euros.
No, not in Southgate's Euros.
Not in Southgate's Euros.
It'd be nice.
But again, having spoken to my friend Tommy, who's a Crystal Palace fan, like he just says that he's liquid. That like he's so good. And we need that. And I think he does what Rodri does really well, which is operates really, really well in the tight spaces.
Yeah.
Just reels off 10 to 15 yard passes with like 100% accuracy. I mean, that game the other day against, who was it, Who did we have in a warm-up game before Iceland? Bosnia-Herzegovina, yeah. He completed 36 out of 36 passes. Didn't misplace a pass in like 40 minutes of football. I just think he's a very solid option. And I also think we could probably get him cheaper than 100 mil.
Cheaper than what, the 100 mil? Yeah,
which would be good.
It's a cash out.
I don't like spending those big amounts of money.
The pressure and what the media that puts on, like Jack Grealish hates spending that much money on him as well. And what it is,
when we bought Jack Grealish, I couldn't believe that City'd actually dropped 100 bags.
Because at that time our max was what, 60, 70?
Yeah.
And I could
it was like
ever
40 mil past it.
I was thinking,
I remember
God,
when I found out that the release clause was 100 mil, I was like, oh, well, that's that done. City will never, ever pay 100 mil for a player.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd ever do that.
I
But
genuinely thought it's mental.
Big
up to Rustin O'Neill with the 20. Top man, Rustin.
Mates.
Thursday night pints on me. Alex Boehner is a Villarreal Donny. YouTube comps won't ever do him justice. Well, that's sad because all I'm going to be able to do is watch YouTube comps.
I know, that's all.
I can't sit and watch a full match from it this time of year. Is he in any international football? Because he sounds like
he's Spanish.
He sounds Spanish.
So
right?
I don't know.
Is he in the Euro squad?
I'm going to guess he's probably not made the
apparently
Euros,
he has a £60 million release clause.
He also has a release clause.
60 mil.
Mad.
According to B.
His stats from last season.
He's in the squad. Maybe we'll see him.
He's in the squad, yes. Well, his stats from last season: 34 games, 2 goals, 14 assists. And then he played Europa League games, 8 games, got 2 goals and 4 assists.
I'd just be looking at alternatives to Guimaraes because, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not excited enough about the signing for me to think that it warrants 100 mil. Like when we signed Grealish, it was like we signed a superstar, not even just the football, like the actual brand, the brand of Jack Grealish. It was like you'd sign the new David Beckham. So like that was just ridiculous. And then 90 mil last year for Gavardia. I was like, there is a defender for City for like the next like 10 years. Like he's 21, 15 years potentially. Like you can see him being the next like Vincent Kompany, just like at the club for a massive period of time. He's so good. Like one of the best in his position in the world. Now, no offence to Bruno Guimaraes. I hope there are no Newcastle fans in this stream because I'll start chopping my head off. But I don't think he's like one of the top 10 in his position in the world, Bruno Guimaraes. He's good. He's not 100 mil.
He's not £100 million.
He's 100 million to Newcastle.
To Newcastle, that's what they value him at.
Yeah, which is fine. But I don't think City should pay 100 mil for him. So I think either get it lower than that, get it to like 70 mil, which won't happen. Or
I think we'll pay it in instalments. I think that's the way that we'll do it.
If we could do it in instalments, then fine. But I don't know if they'd go for that.
I don't know if they go for it because they need to get him off the books.
But yes, once again, Rusty, appreciate that, mate. Massively helps the channel.
Yes, Rusty, mate.
You're a star.
Big up Scott the Norm. Yes, mate. Hope you're good. Johnny Lara. Yes, with the 37 months. Nice to see you kicking about in the last video. JB looking like Lukaku up top. Yeah, some of them touches were sauce.
There was a point where I was like, "Is that you, JP?" And you were like, "What? Look at the touch. Of course, it's me."
You was like.
If you are just joining us, by the way, we have this afternoon dropped a Manchester City content creator football. It's literally as many content creators within the Man City sphere that we could get together. So you've got Tragista, obviously big on Twitter, 0161 Darren. Do we need to say more? You've got the likes of Amos Murphy and Oliver from the City Report podcast.
Joe Butterfield in there.
You've got Amir, you've got Joe Butterfield, you've got me, Freddie George, you've got Harry, Adam Monk, obviously ex-Wadman at Man City, all playing five-a-side. It's chaos, it's funny, there's some great football going on, there's some very poor football going on. So go check it out if you've not already. Like and subscribe, and yeah, we appreciate it. And
also show that video love because there are 2 more episodes coming out of that, and also we have spoke to people like Big Steve, Martin from the Mancunian Way has already agreed.
Steve McInerney said he's up for it.
Steve McInerney said he's up for it. MCFC Lads has said he's up for it. Basically, we're going to try and get everyone that you can think of in the content creator space. We'll throw it all in and what we'll do is every time we film one, we'll keep like basically whoever can't make it, we'll fill them with another content creator. Keep it going like that every month because I think it's good content.
I think it's good content.
After seeing it, like actually seeing it on the channel now, I'm looking at it going, this is good content.
Yeah. But it needs your support.
It needs your support for it.
Do go watch it. Just check it out. And even if for some reason you've got negative feedback, let us
comment.
know.
Let us know because
nicely. Don't be rude.
Yeah,
constructive. Exactly. Yeah. Give us two negatives and a positive.
2 truths and a lie.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I'd be looking at alternatives. Is there anything else that we need to speak about at the moment in regards to transfer rumours?
No, that's it. We're out.
That's it, we're out.
You've exhausted all the transfer rumours today.
Right, there we go. Right then, guys, it's been good seeing you. Appreciate everyone who super chatted and all the members chats as always. We will see you later in the week. There will be lots of content coming out throughout the next couple of weeks. Obviously, it's transfer season now. Busy. It is Euros. Busy. So there's a lot going on. There'll be lots of streams like this talking about Man City transfers, talking about European, group stages, etc., etc. We look forward to having you all there for it. Have a good evening. We'll see you later, guys.
Yeah, man. Go click that link, the pinned comment. Go watch that.
Enjoy it, guys. See you later.
See you in a bit.